we're back. You're here with me, Jay, here on In the Play with Jay. Now, what we've been talking about is the NFC and the AFC, and right now we want to talk about the AFC North. What are we talking about? Let's talk about those teams that are included in the AFC North, like the Baltimore Ravens, the Cincinnati Bengals, as well as the Cleveland Browns, and last but definitely not least, my all-time favorite, the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's right. All of these teams are part of the AFC North, and we're going to talk about their mascots and their origin, and let's take a great big deep dive into finding out more. So first up on our list, we do have the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Baltimore Ravens seem to have a mascot that goes by the name of Poe, kind of named after Edgar Allan Poe, whose poem The Raven inspired the team's name. And it's a whole lot of that type of history and backstory when you go into Baltimore that goes a little bit deeper when you want to dive into the history of that particular poet. Now, previously, there were 3 mascots: Edgar, Allan, and Poe. But only Poe remains, which, Poe. That's what you think? Anyways, we're not even going to get into it, and I won't be throwing out any hate toward the Ravens. Big up and congratulations to all of the players. You know, you definitely earn your just due. And I'm not going to lean either which way. Let's take a look at what Poe is giving. Looks like Poe is an actual bird. Poe is a raven, and that's really cute. I didn't know what to expect with this one. Don't really connect with paying attention much to this team other than the fact when we play. But looks like Poe does a lot in the community. I know the people of Baltimore really appreciate it. And, you know, Poe is pretty snazzy when it comes to the fashion. That's about all I can give Poe, but definitely loving to see that Poe is a very active mascot. And looks like Baltimore really celebrates their team so much by having like Purple Fridays and things like that. So big ups to the Ravens and their mascot, Poe. Now, moving forward, along with so many others, we have the Cincinnati Bengals. Who they? Not familiar with this, y'all. Who they think gonna beat them Bengals? Who said that? Okay, so I know who that is that gonna beat them Saints, but who they? Okay, I'm not even gonna hate. I'm not even gonna get into it because it's above me, it's before me, but apparently the Cincinnati Bengals, who they? A Bengal tiger introduced in the late 1980s, named after the team's chant. Who they think gonna beat them Bengals? I still say I like who that is, but I am from the deep, deep South, so, you know, I'm just gonna put it out there like that. But let's take a look at who they look like. Oh, okay. Who they? Oh, who they had a beard? Okay. Alright, so no complaints. You know, like I said, this is a tough division for me. Because I'm all about my team, but we're not gonna stick around with that, but we are gonna move forward. Remember, we are talking about teams within the AFC North, and next up we have the Cleveland Browns. That's right, everyone. So this one was really brought to me way early on as I began to learn more about the NFL, because I was just put off by this team's colors. You know, I was just what is a brown? Brown is a color. It was just too much. So that's when I learned about Brownie the Elf and, you know, the meaning behind the character, and, you know, how the founding of the team occurred, and then Brownie kind of derived, and the team's colors came from, you know, another team, something in Kentucky, I want to say. That's why they have these colors. It's brown and orange. It's just awful. But let's not take away from the mascot because those colors, I just... Anyway, so their mascot is called Brownie. Brownie the elf, okay? Brownie the elf. So cute. And just a cute little mean-looking guy, little stubborn guy. Kind of reminds you of like a little cartoon character. But Brownie does embody the Cleveland's Brown hardworking, spirited nature, reflecting the team's, blue-collar roots and their unique identity. So we're going to just let them have that. And they're the big bad Browns with Brownie the elf as their mascot. But okay. All right, so now I have talked so much trash about these other teams because, drum roll, can I get my drums? Can I get my action? Can I get my lights? My check. The next team that we're going to talk about, their mascot, coming from the AFC North, is none other, than my team, than America's team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, our mascot is Steely McBeam, a steel worker that was introduced officially in 2007, symbolizing the city's steel industry and heritage. Now, if you don't know anything about Pittsburgh, then you need to definitely look some things up. So I love everything about Steely, Steely stats. I love seeing the things that Steely does within the Pittsburgh community. I love all of the clubs and different links. I love that you can get Steely to appear for different events. There are tons of photos showing how active Steely is, no matter how hard work gets, how much sweat has to go into the day, working hard in that steel mill. Steely is still doing his thing. Was drafted back in 2007, hometown of Pittsburgh, Yinzer for sure. Acrisure Stadium is the home. And Steely's 190 pounds. And he's definitely taller than Steel, and that gets pretty tall. And wears a size 12 shoe, if that tells you anything. Now, that's what I'm talking about. What size shoe do your mascot wear? Because my mascot wear a 12, Black and yellow colors all day, every day, and they look good on him. Can I say that? They look good on him. Favorite song, Renegade, no doubt. And favorite exercise are curls. It's because he's pumping that iron, pumping that steel. That's what I'm talking about, Steely. Like, you looking good. And favorite hobbies are cheering on the Steelers and working out. Because if you don't stay ready, you're never going to be ready. So I really love it. Be sure to go onto thesteelers.com. You can book Steely McBeam. Check out some of the wardrobe and some of the places that you can see Steely coming up really soon. And if you see him around, tell him I said hello, and I'll definitely be visiting sometime later this year. So please, folks, let's put your hands together. We really made it through the AFC North mascots and where they derived and represent for all of those teams. So I hope you're enjoying yourself because you are here in the Play with Jay. And we're going over all of the things that you never thought to go over pertaining to the NFL. Right now, be sure to subscribe, comment, and share because you are in the Play with Jay. I'm Jay, and I want you to stay in the play. Let's get it.